Hi everybody, welcome back to the Gallowgateshots YouTube channel. We are back with another little short video for you. Last week, you had the pleasure of two of these videos, which did go out to early access to members first of all. So a couple more coming this week. So I'm joined by Mark. Mark, so topic this time around. So last week we focused on Gordon, and I can't remember.
Fraser,
Sorry,
Fraser.
Yeah, it was the week before.
Gordon Fraser.
So Anthony Gordon, no, it was Ryan
Ryan
Fraser. And what was it? That one last week?
The one was Amazon.
It was Amazon documentary. So this week we're going to tackle the world of sponsorship and commercial deals.
Ooh.
So it has been released earlier this week that Newcastle sleeve sponsor will be Noon once again. It hasn't been made official yet. It is just a rumor circulating around, but the sources which are saying it looks like it's almost guaranteed. Noon paid its $9 million last year for the shirt sponsor, which around about 8 million, we're guessing. The season before that, Kayak was around about 5 mil. So straight away with the takeover, we saw a huge increase in regards to revenue on the shirt sponsor and just the sleeve alone. So obviously Noon coming back in, you would imagine the figure may be something very similar, a little bit more maybe. But the main talking point is going to be the main sponsor on the front of the shirt. Rumors saying that Funny 8 have agreed to cut the deal short. So that leaves us to have a chat about who may be that shirt sponsor.
Well, of course, it's going to be Newcastle Breweries, isn't it? Yeah, because it's always on the front of every shirt.
It's on the
that people make. But no, it's the big rumor that it's been has been around Saudi with the airline. But then I seen last week there was another national Saudi airline was released as well. So again, it could be getting something lined up around there. But you would think with the revenue that we're generating from the sleeve sponsor alone, which is a Saudi company, only available over there, that there might be links to that, obviously back to the PIF and the major stakeholders in the club. But when you're thinking you've got 8 million for a little one on the sleeve, it beggars belief what kind of figures we could be looking at for a main sponsor on the front of the shirt.
So because obviously we had the links with the airline when we went on that mid-season break to Saudi, and obviously we're seeing the boards around the stadium now. Yeah. I think most people are looking at that thing and it's a fit, really. Obviously you see other football clubs with airline sponsors on there, and it's going to be Saudi related at some point, isn't it? It's definitely going to be, because the income which is going to bring in. Obviously we're still miles away from the likes of Arsenal, Manchester United, Manchester City in regards to sponsorship, because I think for their sleeve sponsor alone, they bring around 12 mil a season in. So we're catching up slowly. But there's obviously bums on seats now in regards to jobs. Peter Silverstone came in. I think he had a history at Arsenal as well. I'm sure he was one of the ones behind the Amazon documentary as well, and bringing those into Arsenal. And we're seeing it at Newcastle as well.
Yeah, and getting the commercial side of the recruitment right at the club, because it's a massively untapped market. We know as fans how far we fell behind under the last ownership, and I think that's been one of the big attractions for the new owners coming in, is how much this club can grow based on the commercial revenue. You've all, talking about like the airlines and stuff like that. I wonder whether there's something in the previous links with Saudi Golf as well, because we've recently seen a change on the board there, with kind of the last involvement being replaced by a new name who I've got no idea how you say it, so I'm not even going to attempt at it. So you just think maybe they try to clear that up as a bit of a conflict of interest with the sponsorship stuff, but potentially with him kind of being the main driving force behind Saudi Golf and taking that forward. Could that clear it up? It's going to be very, very interesting to see, but you'd anticipate, God, like, it's going to be a lot of money, isn't it, to whoever goes on the
It's going to be a big chunk of money, and a lot more than what we used to. Like you said, that the club was neglected massively under Mike Ashley, where nothing, because everything coming through the club had some form of links to Mike Ashley anyway. So obviously he had Flannels, one of the sponsors in the ground, Sports Direct, obviously, and there was Debenhams. Was Debenhams owned by him at some
House
point?
of Fraser.
Cruise, that was around the ground as well. Obviously, there's plenty of advertisement space left in St. James's Park, and that's not even mentioning if they'd ever look at selling the naming rights.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't done more with the boards, because obviously that was one of the first things that they did when they took over the ground, was pull all the Sports Direct boards down. Potentially a little bit early, because we know that then Mike actually wanted to take some legal action against Amanda Staveley in particular because of the agreement. But even since then, it's still been very, very bare around there's
lots of white
the
boards,
ground. Yeah, I mean, obviously they've got the electronic boards around the pitch, which is the main thing that you see on the TV, and so that's the biggest generator of revenue. But all of those positions that were previously occupied by them red and blue signs are still just sitting completely bare. So even from that side of things, there's an opportunity there to grow a bit of revenue.
Obviously, if we're looking at expanding even further in the future, I don't think this will happen next season. But you can go down the route of what Manchester United have a separate sponsor for training gear, then some form of sponsor for the training facilities. The possibilities are endless. Obviously, we've seen them already with bringing Dr. Cynic in, which we'll probably use in the future. And we had obviously the official, was it telecom service or something like that when went Saudi. Obviously, the airline going to Saudi,
the travel partner, wasn't it?
So, and there was something else not so long ago as well. And Monster, that's the one. That's the other one.
So
the energy drink.
Yeah.
Just these sort of deals are coming out of nowhere. So I think throughout the summer, in preparation for the following season, it's going to be absolute chaos with the amount of deals that are getting thrown around.
And that's why obviously they are investing in the commercial side of things with the recruitment of a team to be able to drive that forward, because they are going to be very, very key to what happens with this club off the pitch and growing the brand, because that's ultimately what it's going to be.
Yeah, and it's obviously growing the brand and obviously expanding the fan base as well,
which is fantastic. Obviously, we've seen an influx, again, mentioning through the Saudi Airlines. They're running, for the games, they're running corporate packages and stuff to bring them over from Saudi and allow them to attend the games and that kind of thing. So, you're generating revenue there and building that supporter base over in Saudi, which is what they want to do.
And the expansion of the official Newcastle account is obviously just converted. There's another one now for Saudi. So we're tapping that market, and I think there's going to be plenty of money coming our way.
Yeah, and I think it was last week, potentially the week before, they announced that they're going to go off on another little in-season break for a bit of sunshine to Dubai. Yeah, so obviously over in the Middle East, same kind of area, but again, tapping into that Arabic market.
So, fingers crossed, plenty more deals coming Newcastle United's way. Obviously, the more money coming our way, the more money we get to spend on players and
within FFP.
Within FFP. To be fair, the club have been clued up with that straight away. Yeah. As far as we know, it seems like they're very clued up with this, and they don't want to go and break the bank because of that reason. Obviously, like I said, the bigger the commercial deals coming in, the more flexibility you have.
That's it. And obviously the news again this week that there's been a little bit of share dealing happening as well, with putting a little bit more money into the club to be able to work on the infrastructure and that kind of thing. I certainly noticed on Saturday the new PA system that had been put in,
loud,
all new speakers, like literally the amount of speakers now that run along the Gallowgate and down the East Stand that I could see, great big white ones, very, very loud. Be fantastic for playing EDM, wouldn't it? But I did also notice at the talking about sponsorship and commercial revenue, we also had a halftime sponsor as well.
Did we?
Just before like the normal thing, where it comes to halftime, before the little man up in his box starts giving out his birthday shout outs and all that kind of thing. I thought somebody had pressed the wrong button on the tannoy and started playing the radio or something like that, because there was a little commercial.
Was it actually? Yeah, I actually stayed out for half time and I didn't even hear it.
I literally just before he started speaking, there was like a little recorded message.
Right.
So again, these little small things.
Opportunities are endless, mate. Thanks everybody for joining us this one. If you do like these sort of things, become a member. It's just $2.99 a month. You get plenty more videos like this, and like I said at the start, early access to plenty more. So, watch what he's doing. See you later. Ta-ra.
Bye.